Way down right there. Okay, good enough. Come on, Miss Mare. I put this in the worst spot, didn't I? Good girl.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
How are you?
Good, how are you doing? Yep,
Oh,
good girl. Yep,
well.
you can do it. There, good man. I changed my mind like 3 times about if we were going to be inside or outside, so this is the result.
That's fine.
What's that, Mama? Sure, that works. Good girl. Okay. Good job. I know.
All right, there you are.
All the friends are in today.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah, it
say
looks
it's
like the
busy inside.
storm. Yeah, the storm's probably going to hit like 6:45 or 7. So I was like, if we
Oh,
stay outside, we're going to get dumped on. Now
yeah.
that we've come inside, it'll probably skirt right past us. So,
Oh, I'm sure, but like today we first of all, thank you for being flexible. I
oh gosh, yeah.
uh it was oh my God. It's just been a bit of a day.
Oh
Um
no.
my yeah, it's just like I had my two horses obviously on the schedule, and then
Hmm.
Penny was also on the schedule, and like uh not part of my job to be there to hold your horse for the farrier,
Right.
unless you like asked me to, and Kim never showed up.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, then I had to hold her horse, and then I like get this call, and I cannot answer my phone calls out at Cottonwood, like the service just drops.
Oh, yeah.
Anywho, it was like a whole ordeal, and like I love my farrier to pieces, but holy mother of mercy. We
Oh,
started, we started at like 11:45. I'll be generous and say noon, and
uh-huh.
it took me until like basically 4:30 for three horses.
Oh my gosh, Jackie. That's
Yeah, and it was like
miserable.
shitting rain and super windy, and like,
Yeah.
girl, I don't want to be cold anymore. And it was
Right?
so cold, and I was
It's
so
past the
crabby, and
time.
like, oh my God, I felt so bad. So I totally understand. Nobody wants to be cold in the pouring rain and the wind or
Yeah.
anything like that. So you know what? I was like, don't even stress about it. Looks like you set everything up in here. I think it's going to be totally fine. And honestly, this will kind of be a good test. Like, she was super good yesterday,
Yeah.
and now it needs to be like, okay, now you have to replicate it in a box with a ceiling on it.
Yeah.
The box is still the same, you just have a ceiling over your head now. So
Yep, for
this
sure.
is actually kind of perfect because I'm kind of curious to see how she goes about it today,
Yeah,
with that
totally.
left lead canter. So
Oh
my
my gosh,
thought
yeah.
was kind of like, I I'm gonna give you a minute to like do a little bit of a warm up. Okay, so
Okay.
okay, hold on. Whoop, pause. Let me backtrack. Okay, so basically, what I want to do is I kind of want to treat this as if this was like your warm up before going in for your test. Okay,
Okay. Gotcha.
so I want you to like, you're going to stay within the dressage ring. If you need to go outside and you have space, fine. But like,
Hmm.
we're going to kind of go through how I want to warm you up at the show. Okay.
Okay. Great.
So I think like the best plan for her would be, I was just like thinking about this because I obviously just went through this with a couple other client horses, and I'm like, every horse is different. But I think for her, the best thing that you could probably do would be, we want like really no more than probably 25 minutes, like trotting, cantering, warm-up time. Okay. Because then
Right.
otherwise, like the horses just start to get like annoyed and irritated, especially when it's like a long day. She's standing in a stall, she'll have just hauled in,
Yep.
and you don't want her to be so tired that then you're kind of having to like push everything forward, right? And trying to like make it
Right.
happen, basically. So
Mhm.
I want you to kind of treat this as far as like when you would get on. I think, she's a horse that benefits from like a good solid 10 minutes of like active walk, but like on the buckle, not like in a frame, not really asking her to do anything, but like especially after hauling for the day before, like give her a
Yeah.
minute to warm her body up, right? Okay.
Mhm.
So if we're saying like, let's say your ride time is 12:05 or whatever, okay?
Mhm.
So actually, why am I doing 5? Let's just say your ride time's at noon. Let's make the math simple. We can do the hard math when it's actually your ride time. If your ride time's at
Perfect.
noon, I want to be like warming up with you no later than like 11:40. Okay.
Mhm.
So
Gotcha.
that being said, I would say that you need to be on and walking around the warm up by 11:30.
Mhm.
I usually give myself about an hour to get the horse ready, like tack wise and all that, and yourself ready. The horse takes like
Gotcha.
maybe 20, 25 minutes to get ready, and then you have to like get on your coat, put your hair up, and do the tie and all that shit, right? So I
Right.
usually buffer in like an hour just to also give yourself like a breather before you like put the bridle on and get on the horse, okay? So if you need to be on at 11:30, then you need to start getting ready at 10:30, right? And you kind of work backwards from your ride
Mhm.
time, so to speak. So we're going to
Sweet.
treat it kind of like the test. We're going to do like a 20-minute warm up. We're going to go through the paces, and then we're going to go right into the test. And you're going to run through your test, and we're going to kind of pick apart a couple of things, and then we're probably going to run through it again, and we'll treat it like a little bit like
Okay.
the end of our lesson yesterday. Okay? All right.
Perfect.
So that's like, if it were me and this were my horse, that's kind of how I would structure the show day setup. And then that way it gives
Okay.
you like a time frame and like a timeline to go by. And you're not like, oh my God, do I have to get ready? Am I too early? Am I too late? Generally
Right.
speaking, like, unless your horse is super, super fucking hot and you need to lunge it for like 25 minutes before you get on, like a 20 to 25-minute warm up is about what you'll need. Okay.
Okay.
Um,
Gotcha.
and you'll be able to like pull her out on Friday. And some people
Yeah.
will ride like pretty hard on Friday before the show. I would
Mhm.
be more in the mindset like, we don't want her to get anxious and make this like a whole thing where she builds up. So I would
Right.
almost treat your Friday ride like a hack. Okay. A lot of stretchy.
Okay.
She'll just have hauled for 8 or 9 hours, and you just want to like get her moving and
Mhm.
like get her to let go in her back a little bit. So your Friday ride is more of
Mhm.
like hack, stretch your legs, check your transitions, maybe some light lateral work, but really like, kind of cutting yourself off at like 30 to 40 minutes of a ride on Friday. Okay. Because you do want her, like,
Gotcha.
she's going to have 2 tests, and the show days are exhausting, even if you're only riding 2 tests, right?
Right.
So you want to be like, you want to save the energy a little bit, right? She needs to see the
Yeah.
grounds. You can show her the ring, you can show her the warm up, hack around, like that sort of thing. And that's usually how I treat like my ride before the show starts. Okay. So
Gotcha.
this is going to be something that like, this show is a little bit trial and error for figuring out if she needs more or if she needs less, right? So
Yeah.
Saturday, maybe our game plan is that we have that 25-minute warm up. And then on Sunday, we're like, oops, she was a little bit tired going in. I had to really use a lot of leg. Like Sunday, we're going to give ourselves 20 minutes tops. And maybe she just needs to walk an extra 5 minutes or something like that, right? So we're going to kind of have to
Gotcha.
see, because the horses do change in a show environment, right? There's a lot going on. There's
Yes.
tents, there's people, there's trailers, there's horses losing their ever loving minds, like all of that. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's my starting, or like my ground zero would be, that's kind of how I would structure the show weekend for you guys. And then if we need to
Perfect.
reevaluate, we reevaluate. Okay?
Cool.
All right. So let her, after you finish this leg yield, you're going to change directions and you're going to do a couple leg yields off of your right leg, and then you're going to put her to the trot. Okay?
Okay.
So just think here, like really focusing on like the rhythm, the regularity of the walk. Yeah, you can play with your little turns on the haunches. You can play with your turns on the forehands. Get her to kind of like relax a little bit over her back. There you go. Good. And then start to think like as you're picking her up in the bridle a little bit, what are your hands doing? What are your elbows doing? Your upper body, start to kind of check in with your position just as much as you're checking in with hers.
Right.
Good. And this is a nice walk. She's obviously like a little bit more settled today than she was in the outdoor yesterday. And I wouldn't say she was unsettled. She just had like more of a go button on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. So this direction, really think about opening your left knee, kind of dropping into your left sits bone a little bit, and then closing and pressing her over with that right leg. Good. Good. And then when you're ready, you're going to ask her to step into the trot. Little bit of suppling there. If she braces, yeah, kind of think about working the bit just like you were doing yesterday. Take a little counter flexion, take a little true bend.
Girl. Very nice.
There you go. Good. And then mix it up a little bit and do some big figure 8 changes of direction with a little diagonal line to change directions. Not the full ring, but just kind of like give yourself a little shorty diagonal. Yeah, good. And then press her off the left leg coming into the corner here. So the reason that I'm saying to do the short diagonals is because I want you to give yourself enough time to get her into the corners, right? Really,
Gotcha,
really
yeah.
thinking now we're like, yes, maybe in your test she doesn't go quite as deep into the corners, but we want to start to practice at home so she gets comfortable getting a little bit deeper there. Good.
Right.
There you go. Good, Julia. There you go. Good. And then start to press her off the left leg a little bit. Little baby half halt on that right rein. Left leg staying forward at the girth.
There you go.
Good. Good. And then one more change of direction here on your little baby figure 8. Ask her for a step of leg yield into your right leg here as you change directions. And then now right leg comes forward to the girth, asking for a little bit more bend there through her rib cage. Good. Good. And then you're going to put in a 20-meter circle at the far end. Good. So now rounding off your corner, think about your touch points on your circle and really thinking to the right that you're asking for more bend around the inside leg and watching that she doesn't hold the counter flexion and bulge her rib cage in against your leg. Good.
Gotcha.
Down your long side, think a little baby shoulder 4.
Good.
Yeah, super.
Come on.
Good.
Come on.
Good. Yep.
There
Come.
you go.
Come. Good girl. And then straighten her. And then your 20-meter circle down here at C into that shoulder 4 again. In the shoulder 4, think about opening your right knee a little bit, keeping your right leg, your lower right leg really forward at the girth, and then a little bit of weight over the outside sits bone. So opening that right knee allows the shoulder to come off the rail. The lower leg keeps her belly on the rail, but isn't pushing the haunches out. Does that make sense? Because if that right leg slips back too far, you're not really getting the shoulder in. You're just kind of pushing the haunches out towards the rail, right? And if the rail wasn't there, she might kind of wiggle out or go a little haunches out there. Good. Good. And then you're going to turn up your center line. You're going to ride to X, make a 10-meter half circle left, and change directions. So now looking here. Good. Keeping the activity. Good. And then your 10-meter half circle. Left leg comes on.
Good girl.
Good.
Good girl.
Super. Good. And then riding into the corner down here. Good. And then your shoulder 4 left down the rail. Good. So now left leg is forward, opening left knee. There you go. Good job. Good. And then straightener, 20-meter circle left, and then into your shoulder 4 left one more time. Good. Think a little baby step of leg yield out now into your outside rein. There. Good girl. Good. And then finish your circle, use your corner, and then into that shoulder 4. Left leg really forward. Yeah, good, Julia.
Good mare. Good mare.
Good. And then short diagonal, change directions to the right. And in the corner by the pens, you're going to pick up your right lead canter, come down your rail, and make a 20-meter circle right in the middle of your arena.
Good girl. Good girl, Sophie. Keep working.
Yeah, good. Good girl. And then now start to think, okay, I'm coming onto my circle. Right leg lifts, right leg lifts, right leg lifts. Good. Stay on your circle for another time. See if she can hold it. Looking around your turn, lift inside leg, lift inside leg, lift inside leg. Good. Then down your rail, and you're going to trot at C. So come through your corner here, through the corner. Start to think about the downward.
There.
Good. Regroup. Is that the mom? Was she being crabby? Mom and
no,
baby?
Sophie just
Okay.
caved in.
Oh, Sophie. Good. And then come across short diagonal, change directions. Think little baby step of leg yield towards the right leg here as you change. Good. And then now kind of get after her with the left leg and say, come on, you got to stand up.
There, that's a girl.
Good. Very nice, Julia. Shoulder 4 left down your long side. And after A, so between A and F, pick up left lead canter, come down your rail, circle left 20 meters in the middle.
Stay on the rail. Thank you.
Yeah. Good.
Good girl.
And like there, you
girl.
you can be a little bit rude about it there.
Yeah.
There.
Good girl.
Super. Good. 20-meter circle left. You're going to try and make 2 20-meter circles. So now think here, little tap behind your left leg. Push her out. Yes, Julia. Good ride. Very good with your upper body. I love your hands. Good. Come. Yep. Now get after her and get her right back into it. Yes. Good. Make another circle. So now this is where we're going to harp on her a little bit, right? So now tap, like big tap. Come. Yes. There you go. Good. Now come down your rail. Trot at
Sophie.
Yeah. Nope. Get her up again. Tap. Now when she passes the center line over here, tap. Now. Yes. Yes. Good, Julia. Good. Go down your long side. Trot at A. Come.
Stay
Tap,
up.
tap, 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 and downward.
Oh, good
Yes.
girl. Good girl.
Super. Down your
Good
long
job, Mama.
side.
Good job.
Good. And then you're going to come back to your little figure eights on the short diagonal. You're going to do 2 figure eights with your short diagonals. Good. Pushing her off the left leg here. Keep her on the rail. Keep her on the rail. Now come across. Good girl. Push her off the right leg a little bit. Super. Yes. And then now think through this corner. Then you keep her on the rail. Keep her on the rail. Now start to come across. Change directions. Good. Good. And then after you pass through, you're going to pick up left lead canter and make a 20-meter circle in the middle of your ring. Canter.
There you go.
Good, good. Now think here as she comes onto the circle. Give her a couple good taps when you cross center line. Tap. Good. And then ride, lift, inside leg. Ride, lift, inside leg.
There. Better.
Yes.
Better.
Good. And then tap. Come down your long side and trot at C again. Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming. Yep.
Yes.
So now get her back again.
Yes.
Yeah. Good. Make your 20-meter circle again.
There you go.
There. Good. Come. 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 Good. Good, good, good. Keep her there. Keep her there. Keep her there. Come out of the corner and then trot transition on the long side. Go, 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 and trot. Yes. Good girl.
Good girl.
Good. Good. And then pat her and let her come to the walk.
Good answers, Mama.
Yeah, good.
Good
Super.
job.
So now
Good job.
we're in a place where if she breaks from the left lead canter, kind of like we were doing before she took her winter break, I want you to get on her face a little bit. It's not going to be like you go around and like take your hand off and like smack, 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 right? But like you're going to think when you're in your test, when she crosses each center line, like give her a tap behind your leg. Be like, come on, Mare, like you can do this. You just did this yesterday. The circles are no smaller. You're just in a smaller space. Okay. And the reason being that we're pushing this a little bit is because she's been dogging you a little in the left lead canter.
Yes.
And by God, this mare is going to
1000%.
canter a left lead canter circle in the middle of the ring, right?
I swear to God, yeah.
So, yeah. So like now you're kind of saying like, I'm not taking no for an answer. Okay.
Yeah.
Like it's, you literally did this yesterday. It is, yes, it is hard, but it is not, not doable. Okay.
Right. Right.
Okay. So that's a little bit how like we're going to structure our warm up when you go for the show. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. And the reason being is I want her to like really like paying attention off your leg. Like she has got to listen to the leg. And so like there, when she drifts off the rail, you're at home, you're schooling, get her back over.
Right.
Even if you have to get a little cowboy style for a second. Okay. Then when she listens, get out and leave it alone, right? So you can make the correction for like 2 or 3 steps and then you got to leave it alone because that's when she's going to start to be like, fuck you, we're going to go to war now. Okay.
Yeah.
So I always like to say like get in and get out in a sense. Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay.
When we're cantering.
Yes.
I feel like, good girl. So my hands, obviously, I want them to be here. I feel like in the left lead, I'm like opening the outside to try and get her to stay out. But then I guess I just need to work on using my whip because I feel like I have to bring my hand out here to reach behind. So then my hands are like, what the fuck? And I feel like I might be closing her down a little bit. And she's like, what's happening? And that's not, she knows she needs to keep going. But I feel like that might be a little bit of confusion and conflict for her. So she's like, I don't know what's happening right now. There's kind of mixed signals. I'm going to come down.
So I will say, I think it feels more exaggerated to you than it looks with your hands.
Good. Okay. Good.
Okay. So yes,
Yeah.
I want you to keep focusing on keeping the hands quieter, but I think it feels more exaggerated than what I'm seeing. Okay.
Okay.
Now,
Sweet.
that's not to say that I don't see y'all in person and I'm like, girl, put your damn hands together. Okay. But,
Yeah.
but keep thinking about that. You want to keep your hands closer together. You want to keep them a little bit more in front of the saddle. And that's where, like, when you tap her with your whip, remember when we talked about you kind of want to point the end of your whip towards like her stifle, basically?
Yeah.
And so you want to so you're gonna have to, like, as you're turning on a circle, your inside hand is already kind of like coming back a little bit, right? So it's like closer to your inside thigh. So keep that whip rested over and your thumb on top. So like practice it kind of right now. Point the whip towards her flank. And then like even just in the walk here, don't smack her, but just like tickle her with the whip a little bit, right? So practice it now, like pushing her over to the rail. Put your elbows by your sides and say, okay, now take a step over. And I'm not going to keep moving my hand. Now, when you add your whip, I still want you to use your leg. Okay. So ask first with the leg, but then say like, come on, Mare, like I put my leg on, get over. Right.
There.
There. Good. And then practice that when you're on your own in these next few weeks. Yes. Cause that's better. Now tickle her with the whip again. Influence that left hind. Yes. There. Good. And then you get out of it. Whip just rests across the top of your thigh. And then now tap her again behind your leg. Keep that there. And it's not that much movement in your hand. Your hand has to move a little bit to use the whip, right? Like it can't sit there perfectly stock still unless you like are magic and somehow know how to move your whip without moving your hand. So there's going to be a little bit of movement, but try to get confident with saying, okay, I'm resting my whip over my thigh. It's not sticking out to the middle of the arena. And when you tap her, it's like a flick, right? Like flick and then get out of it. Flick and then get out of it. Okay. Does that kind of make sense?
Gotcha. Yeah.
Okay. So now we're going to run through your test. You ready?
Cool. Yes.
Okay. So I'm at C. Obviously, duh. You put me at C. So when you're ready, now you're going to stay on the inside of your ring and you're going to make a 10-meter half circle to, well, you can kind of go outside down the rail outside your poles, but then come in obviously before your corner pole and it's going to be a little bit cut, but start that way. Okay.
Gotcha.
So you tell me when you've gone through it in your head and you're ready.
Okay. Okay, sweet. Too easy. Too easy, Sophie. Let's do it.
Okay. So practice now, like when you go to pick up your trot, again, she gets like 2 or 3 steps max to step into the trot. Okay.
There you go.
So if you don't get it, the second ask, then practice that tap with your whip.
Okay.
Yeah, good girl.
There you go.
Good. So now make like, even in between your poles or something, make like a little 20-meter circle. And you can come on the inside of your ring if that's easier too.
Okay. There we go. Good. Gonna be good.
Good. Make sure the trot's active in front of the leg there.
There she goes. Good.
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 Yes. Good, Julia. And then practice coming into the corner down there, that little touch behind your leg. So add left leg now, and then little tap. There you go. That's a better trot there, right? You feel the difference?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Okay, so this is your working trot. Think no slower than this in your working trot, okay?
Okay.
All right. Ding, ding. Think about looking for your center line. So now you're looking over your shoulder. Good. And then little tap now on center line. Good. Yes. Super. Very nice halt. Trot now. Oh, yes. Good. Use your corner here. Very good. 1, 2, 3, turning. 1, 2, 3, turning. Good. Right leg comes on now so she doesn't fall in. Super. Think about your diagonal. You're turning now. Good. Take a step of leg yield to the right. Good. And then keep this trot. Flexion left. Think about canter now. Good. Now, as she comes onto the circle in the middle, think about your touch, your tap points. Tap. 1, 2, 3. Good. Yes. Tap. Good, Julia. Tap. That's all right. So come back around all the way down to the end here. Good, get your trot. Now when she goes on the straightaway, so not only are your tap points the center lines of your circle, your tap point is coming into the corner down there. And you're gonna be a little bit rude about going into the corner. Even if she loses the break, okay? Do not let her break. Tap now. Yes. Tap now.
Good girl.
Good.
Better.
Good. Now, wait, don't you come across the diagonal and trot at X?
Sorry, are we doing 2 or 3?
Oh, shit.
My
Are you
fault.
doing 3? No,
I'm doing 2 right now.
Me.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me pull it up. Kiwi, come on. I can't right now.
Because 3 is where you do the 20 meter and then you go down and around, trot at X, and then go. But 2 is just pick it up in the corner, 20 meter circles.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I am so sorry.
No, you're good.
So sorry. That is totally
That's okay.
Hold on. I must have been looking at training 3. So hold on.
No worries.
Let me just make sure that I have this. Sorry, gang. That's a mulligan on the judge.
We're good.
Now, come on. Okay. Yep. You're right. You're right. Okay. We're going to do something. Yes. Okay. Here we go. Now that I actually have it in front of me, so I'm not telling my student to do the wrong thing. Oh boy. Okay. Training 2. Yes, you are so right. I'm so sorry. Okay.
No, you're good.
Start over.
Because even that first one, she was a little brat about the downward out of the canter, so it was good to do it again.
Okay. Okay. Start over. Okay, pick up your trot. Whew. I'm here. I promise.
No, I feel you 1,000%.
Okay, so Ding, ding. Sorry, Sophie. We're just really schooling your left lead canter today, girl.
Good. Here we go.
So even at the conclusion of that circle before the trot, add just a little tap behind your leg. Like you have to be the one to make the downward transition, right? That's a little bit where I don't want her to anticipate because eventually she needs to hold it.
Right.
Good. Good halt.
Forward, thank you. Straight.
Yep, go. There you go. Good, Julia. And I think if you do that little touch with your whip enough, she's going to start to listen to the leg quicker because she's
for
doesn't
sure.
want to get tapped.
Yeah. She's like, me.
Yeah, she's like, you dummies.
Very good. Very good.
Good. Now start to think about your canter transition before C. Yes, good girl.
There you go. Good girl, Sophie.
Good. Now your circle, bending, tap, add leg. Good, Julia. Tap, add leg. Yep. Tap now. Now take your leg off.
Girl.
Yes. Good.
Good girl.
Good. Okay, now remember your little step of leg yield as she crosses center line in the stretchy. Kind of wiggle your ring fingers, see if she'll come down a little bit. Good. And then now starting to pick her up. Very nice shape, though. Good. Little bit late into that walk transition, yeah?
Okay, yeah.
Just a teeny, teeny bit.
Good girl, Sophie.
Good. Touch the letter with her shoulder, and then start your turn. Good. Now slip the rein all the way, kind of scratching her withers. Good. Really soften your lower back. Now starting to shorten her up. Good. Start to think about transition now.
Yes, ma'am.
Good.
Yes, ma'am. Good. Good.
There you go.
Good girl.
Good shape in her body. Play with the left rein just a little bit there.
There, better. Good. Nope. She's like, I know what to do in this corner.
I know. She's like, okay.
Girl.
Good. Little baby step the leg yield. Really get her into the corner here.
Nice job. Nice job.
Good. Now think about just lifting with the right leg here. Touch points. 1, 2, 3, turning. 1, 2, 3, turning. 1, 2, 3, turning. Tap now.
Come on.
Good. Soften the leg. Good. Yeah, better turn today. Good job.
Yeah.
Good.
Good job, Mama.
Pat her and let her walk a sec.
Good job.
Okay.
Look at you.
So for today and the next time we see each other, I want you in both canter leads. Yes, your whip is in your outside hand, but I want you to still use a little bit of the tap in the canter. Yep.
Gotcha.
So you're going to have 2 taps across center line on your circle. And as soon as she's
Yep.
finishing the circle, you're looking
Back
ahead
to the
down the
rail.
rail and a tap. Yep.
Gotcha.
And then like almost as soon as you have that tap to keep the jump, then you're going to say, now I change my mind and I want you to come, because you don't want the transition to be late, right? So don't think about, try not to think about starting the downward transition too late. You got to be like one step ahead of her in that. So yes, keep the jump. Yes, keep the jump. And then as soon as her body passes E entirely, or B, excuse me, as soon as it passes B, then start to think about the downward transition again. So you're not pulling her into the trot just before the corner. Okay.
Gotcha. Good job.
The stretch circle, the tempo was much better today. She may, like, if she doesn't have a crazy downward stretch, think that you still offer it so that she has freedom over her back to reach out a little bit more with her front legs and stretch her pull down a little bit. Okay. If like Larry doesn't have that kind of stretch either. So as long, like literally the directive for your stretch circle is forward and downward stretch. Yes, we know we're working on that. Over the back into a light contact, maintaining balance and quality of trot. That's the most important. Okay.
Yeah.
And then the bend and the size of your circle. Okay.
Okay.
So more like, think more that the quality of the trot stays there, because at the end you're going to get your collective marks, right? So they want to see that the impulsion and the gaits, that she has good quality gaits. So if you shorten the trot trying to get her to stretch down, the trot rhythm is going to change. And in all seriousness, when you start going for the stretch, it should almost feel like you're in the air in your post a half a second longer than in your working trot. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
So it should feel like it's actually going a little bit, you're going to feel like you go a little bit slower, but the length of her trot step doesn't change. We want her to lift her back up underneath of you. That's the point of the stretch. Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay. So we're going to let her take a walk lap, and then we're going to go through the test again. And you're going to remember your touch points for the use of your whip behind your leg. Your turn onto your center line at the end was way better. Way better.
Yeah.
Love that. Yep. And then see if we can get just a little bit more forward and downward stretch.
Okay. In that stretch, because I'm letting her go pretty much to the buckle, but I in my brain, she's not stretching enough to where when I wiggle my ring fingers, like I have no contact, there's nothing there. So then I'm like, should I keep my reins a little bit shorter so there's still something there? Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yep. So the directive says forward and downward stretch over the back into a light contact.
Okay.
Okay. So like in your free walk, you want to go all the way to the buckle, right?
Right.
In your stretchy trot, you can maintain a little bit of a soft feel in her mouth. Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. So let her walk this last lap, and then you're going to start to pick her up again to your medium walk, and then we're going to go through that part or the test again.
Sweet.
Okay. Much better.
She's doing good.
Honestly,
she's not being distracted by the horses.
No, and the quality of her canter in both leads is actually quite good.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm super, super happy with that. Now you just have to say, like, keep that as we come off the circle and go down the long side, right? The downward transition has to be your idea, not her falling out of it. Obviously, like that's always the goal, right? But that's where I'm saying, like, get a good jump in your canter, and then as soon as as you finish your circle, in your brain, you're starting to think about the downward so that you can take your leg off a little bit, hold, like, you know, support her up front, and then kind of take your breath out and let her come down to the trot.
Gotcha. Cool.
Okay.
Good job, something there. Here we go. Here we go. Good girl.
Okay. So now you're picking her back up again.
Oh, I know. Yep. Good girl. You sure that's into it. Good job. Good job.
Good. Now, pretend like this is your second test of the second day. She might be a little bit tired, so you just have to keep riding super forward in your gaits, right? Keep her thinking in front of the leg. Fingers stay closed. Good. Bend in your elbow there. Good. Make a 20-meter circle. Good. A little bit more trot. Come.
Come on.
Go. Go.
Come on.
Yep. There you go. Good. Ding, ding.
Good.
In this little 10-meter half circle, really keep the activity. Look now. Tap. Yes. Good, Julia.
Better downward.
Good.
Good girl. Good girl. There she goes.
Good. Activity. Good. Keep that bend in your left elbow, thumb on top.
Reins too long.
Nope. Just think about carrying your hands out in front of you. If you feel a loop, then you can shorten them an inch. Good. Turning. Little step of leg yield right. Good.
Good girl. Good girl.
There you go. Think transition now.
Yeah, come on. Good. Good, good.
Good. Good. And then think about your circle points. Tap now.
Stay up, stay up, stay up. Good girl.
Tap now. Tap now. Yes, good girl. Good. Now start to let just a little bit of rain out and kind of wiggle the bit in your mouth. Take a little feel left. Take a little feel right. Let like an inch out. There you go.
That's better.
Good. Now you're shortening her back up. Think about your downward. Good. So the downward there has to happen a little bit earlier because you feel how you slam on the brakes coming into the corner and then the walk gets quite lateral behind. Yep, you got it.
Yeah. Good girl. Good girl.
Good. Touching the rail and then your free walk.
Good, Mama. Stay straight. Don't drift. Thank you. And come back. Come back, come back. Good.
Good. Thinking about the trot upward transition.
Yes.
Good girl.
Come on, let's go.
Yep, tap, big tap.
There.
Go, go, go. There you go. Good, Julia.
There you go. Good. Yeah. Good, Grace. That's good.
There you go.
No,
now think about
my fault. I asked for a canner.
Yeah, that's okay.
Hey, girl. That's okay. Girl, good job.
That's all right.
She's like, no, not yet. Not
You're
yet.
like, I want the left lead.
I know. Good girl. And then I was doing it and I was like, this is
There you
the
go.
wrong direction. Good girl.
Yes,
Nice
super.
and easy. Nice
Now the
and
turn.
easy.
And tap. Good. And tap. And tap.
Good girl.
Yes. Good. Good. Look now. Yeah. Way better.
Good girl, Sophie.
There. Good halt. Very good.
Good
Good.
job,
Take tap.
Mama.
Yeah.
Good
Super. Really,
job.
really good. Yeah.
Good
So,
job.
okay. The only thing that I really didn't love about that test was the walk transition. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
It's a little, I don't know. That corner is cut off, and then maybe I'm thinking also the letter is farther down than it is. So yeah, right when we come around,
like
it's to the
almost as
walk.
soon as you pass A, just like your trot transitions from the canter, you got to be
Uh-huh.
thinking about the walk. Okay.
Gotcha.
Because what
Okay.
happens then is you're coming out of that corner and then all of a sudden it's like, or
We're
walk. And then
right.
all of a sudden her back is locked and she's like, you just stopped all the forward momentum there. Right.
Gotcha.
So when you ride on your own next, practice the stretchy circle to the walk, like until you
Okay.
feel comfortable. So remember, picking up the rein in the last quarter of the circle because you're back
Yes.
to your working trot at A. It's
At
not
A.
a stretch circle until A. It's
Right.
stretch downward on the circle, and at A, you're back to your working trot. Okay.
Gotcha.
So that's the part that you just got to practice. And that's just getting comfortable, like gathering up the reins and basically saying like, and I do it all the time too. Like you want to show as much stretch as you possibly can, but that's where the stretch has to start earlier on in the circle. Okay.
Gotcha.
So as soon as
because
you
it's always like right when you feel like you're really getting it, and it's time to pick them back up. And you're like, well, fuck.
Yes. Yes. So the other thing you can think about is after you pass A and you're coming onto your circle, no, you're not riding a corner, but like a little step of leg yield into the corner. Okay.
Gotcha.
Let out like a 1/4 inch of rein. And then as she comes towards the center line, leg yield her over a step, let a 1/4 inch out. Because then as soon as you pass that next, like that, the last quarter of your circle, the very beginning is picking the rein back up. Yep.
Right.
Because basically like where you're at right now, that's almost where the downward transition has to happen.
Gotcha. Okay.
That makes sense.
What's can you read the verbiage for the walk? Like the movement in the test?
Okay, so I'm going to read. So after you come to your working trot from your canter, it says A, circle left 20 meters, rising trot, allowing the horse to stretch forward and downward while maintaining contact. So again, it's not a loopy rein, right?
Right. Okay.
Before A, shorten the reins.
Yeah.
A, working trot. Okay? That's one movement that you're going to be scored for. So that's basically 3 transitions or 3 things in one score. Okay?
Okay, I see.
Okay. So actually, this is actually really unfair to you. Okay. Your medium walk is at F. I thought it was between A and F. Your medium walk is at F. So you're right. Like you're going to come out of the corner, but you still need to be thinking about it a little bit sooner. You don't want to you don't want to ask for the transition. Like yes, the transition happens at the letter, but like as she's kind of like in the middle of your corner, you need to start thinking about like asking her to come back. So again, it's not like at F, right? And pulling back on the rein to make the walk happen. So
gotcha.
A, working trot, F, medium walk, F to E, change rein, medium walk. So score number 8 is F, medium walk, and F to E, change rein, medium walk. Okay. So if she changes her rhythm and she gets lateral behind, that's going to knock your score down. Right. So I still want you thinking that as soon as you kind of pick up the reins at A and you're back in your working trot, you need to be thinking about the downward transition happening.
Gotcha.
So almost as soon as like her cheek is touching F, she needs to be coming into the walk. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. So that was really the only piece that I didn't love about that because it just looked a little bit rushed and they'll probably say something like abrupt or something like that. That's typically the verbiage that they use in your comments. So when you ride next, because the canter was quite good today, I'm not going to say
Yeah.
don't practice the canter, but now school the stretchy trot to the walk transition, stretchy trot to the walk transition, and get yourself comfortable and do it off of the left and off of the right and make
Yeah.
yourself come to the walk. Like now is where you would be like thinking about your walk. Okay.
Gotcha. Uh-huh.
Okay. Overall though, quite good. Like I was pleased with the left lead canter inside today.
Oh
I
yeah.
think like that was
Yeah.
very good for her. And I think if you keep like for the next couple of rides, add your tap and then see
Yep.
if in like a few rides from now, can you do less taps? Maybe you only need it on the second time you pass the center line and as you start to go straight, and you don't need
Mm-hmm.
it in that first one. But play with it a little bit, like reinforce it right now so that you can soften the aid by the time we get to the show. Okay.
Right.
Good job, you guys. That was fantastic.
Thank
Really
you.
good.
It's
Yeah, you're
feeling
welcome.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, no, she looks good. And like at the end, you felt that she was losing a little bit of the steam, and you might have that on Sunday. So you're
Yeah.
gonna have to ride
Totally.
forward. It's when her trot gets pokey and lazy that she looks like she's
Yes.
like hitchy behind, right? So
Yes.
it's actually quite similar to Larry. You have to keep a bigger trot than you think you have, or than you
Yeah.
think you do. Okay?
Yeah.
Like she's gotta keep moving off of the leg. Come, 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 come. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, those are kind of the points that I would see. Your center lines were great. Your final halt was beautiful. The second time
Good.
you ran through the test, the first halt and the transition after your halt was much better. But again, give her that like 3 steps and you're trotting again, right?
Yes.
3 steps and
Uh-huh.
you're trotting. That's it. That's all she has. Okay, she doesn't get 5, 6 steps to fall into the trot.
Right.
But yeah, honestly, dude, great rides. Really, really
Thank
couple good
you.
test rides this week. I'm very,
Thank you.
very
Thank
pleased
you.
with that. Like, I think if you can run through your test on your own one more time and kind of like
Uh-huh.
go through those mental notes, by the time we regroup next Thursday, like we should be feeling pretty confident about y'all coming out for the show.
Yeah.
Good.
Good job.
Do you have any questions?
I don't think so. I think I asked
Okay,
them.
good. If you
Yeah.
think of one, shoot me a text.
Awesome.
And then, yeah, practice those couple things on your own in the next few rides that you get. And then I have you on the calendar for next Thursday. If we have to adjust time-wise, I'll let you know, but I put you down for that time.
Perfect.
And we'll go from there.
Sweet. Real
All right,
quick,
man.
I did think I forgot about the time change coming back to Montana. So I think on Friday, I obviously took off work, so I'll probably just leave when I leave in the morning. I am incapable of sleeping in to save my life, so it'll probably still be around like 8 or 9.
That's fine.
And then when I roll into town, if I can like come, if you're doing something and I can come be helpful, great. If I need to kill some time in town or like out and about, that totally works too.
I was going to say, if you're trying
yeah.
to hit the tack shop for consignment,
Yeah.
I would maybe try to do that Friday because I
Friday.
think they 6 on Friday. And I know they're open Saturday for a little bit, but it's not a full day on Saturday.
Gotcha.
And I believe and then you're leaving on Sunday. So if you get in early enough, you could stop by Four Corners and try to get that stuff going.
Awesome.
Okay.
Sweet.
But check in with me when you're like, maybe when you're about an hour out, and I'll let you know where I'm at, and then we'll make a game plan. Okay?
Perfect.
All right, you two. Well, really, really good rides this week, Julia. Like super, super
Thank
proud
you.
of you guys. You look good. Yeah, I'm
Thank you
stoked
very
for you
much.
to come out and do the thing. Yeah.
Good. Me too.
Yeah. So I will look forward to seeing you in a few days then.
Awesome. See you in a bit.
All right. Okay. Have a good night. We'll talk soon.
You too. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Good job, girly. We were both working for it today. Oh, man. don't know what it is. I don't know why I feel like this all the time. It's just bad. Okay.